Alright guys, we're going to get started here in just a second. I'm having some issues with my Stream Deck controlling my scenes and everything like that. I just updated OBS and I don't know if that broke it or what's going on, but none of my Stream Deck stuff is popping up here in OBS. It just says waiting for OBS. So I can't get that to work, which is kind of annoying because that's how I do the transitions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to get that fixed. I just updated everything again, re-downloaded everything, and it's still not working. So I am kind of having to transition everything using the mouse, actually going through OBS itself. So a little bit annoying. I just wanted to talk about the iPhone Air again. It's been about a week now since I got the iPhone Air. I'm gonna put the comments up here on screen so you guys can see those as well. Let's see, like I said, I'm trying to do this. Trying to do this with the mouse. So usually I just push everything on the Stream Deck, and it is not cooperating today, which is kind of annoying. I don't know what broke it, but you know, it's one of those things that it works fine and then it stops working, and you can't figure out what the heck is going on with it. So I'll get that figured out later on, but that's why I was a little bit late. Let's see, the comments should be popping up here for you guys. There we go, on screen now. So yeah, it's been about a week since I got the iPhone Air. Of course, it's been out for you know, just under a week now. I'm just kind of cleaning up my desk, so if you see me like moving around and doing different things, that's what I'm doing. I just sold a bunch of stuff. I am kind of redoing my inventory, I guess you could say, for Apple season and the upcoming, you know, into 2025, beginning of 2026. So I'm getting all that kind of stuff ready. I've got a bunch of like accessories for older devices that I don't have anymore, and that kind of stuff that I'm just kind of clearing out and listing on eBay. So I figured now would be a good time to come on and go live and do that kind of stuff. So I've got a trash bag right here behind me that I'm just kind of tossing some stuff that's not worth keeping in and stuff like that. And then I've got like some drawers over here that I keep my accessories in for my different devices. I actually just sold, I was not intending on doing this, but I just sold my Fold 7. I've been extremely happy with my iPhone Air. And I know you guys, you know, when I got the iPhone Air, I was kind of torn between, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna get the Air and then later down the road get the Pro? You know, it was kind of one of those things that I just had to wait and see, you know, how the Pro was gonna do, or how the Air was gonna do rather. And it's doing great. I always said when I had the S25 Edge that, you know, if Apple made a phone like that with iOS and, you know, liquid glass, it would be the perfect phone. And I'm still holding true to that statement. I love my iPhone Air. The screen on this, I mean, it's an amazing display. I don't know, you know, I wasn't able to watch the keynote live, so I don't know what they really improved on the screen other than the fact that all the screens are 120 hertz and that kind of stuff now. But they really improved the screen. They really, it just looks clear, vibrant. I mean, it just looks amazing. So I can't beat it. And I mean, I want to use my iPhone Air. Like, I pick this thing up every day, and right now I've got the thin-born case on it. I think I have a link in my description to their website where you can pick these up. I believe it's 10 or 20% off. If not, if you go on their website and use code Techout on YT, you get 10 or 20% off. But really love this case because it's so thin. It doesn't add any bulk to the phone. And I'll show you guys here in a few. I don't have my other camera hooked up right this second because I was trying to fix my my technical difficulties with the Stream Deck, so it's not hooked up right this second. But I will in a second get that plugged in, and we can take a look at some stuff. I just got the Prism screen protector from Dbrand. By just got from Dbrand, I mean I went to Best Buy and bought it. They didn't send me one, but I will be checking that out. I'm gonna throw this case away because I'm pretty. No, that's not. Yeah, this is a cheap eBay case I got that squeezes the phone so tight that it pushes all the buttons. company sent me this smartwatch out to review. I mean, it's not a terrible watch. I just haven't had time to make another video of it. I had like an unboxing and stuff, like a setup video, but my mic messed up, so I really need to record a review of this. It's like a $50 smartwatch from Amazon. I mean, it's nothing special, but it does like heart rate and like I think it does like blood pressure. I don't know how accurate that is, but it does heart rate, which seems to be pretty accurate based on comparing it to my other smartwatches. And they keep asking me when I'm going to make the video and blowing up my email. And when companies do that for a $50 product that they're paying me pennies to review, or pennies to make a video on, I just, makes me not in a hurry. So I'll get to it when I get to it. Got some lightning cables. I don't really need, I guess I need one lightning cable at least because I still have not bought AirPods Max that are USB-C yet, just because I don't want to spend $500 on that when I have a pair of lightning ones that work perfectly fine. I'm just kind of cleaning up my cable mess and stuff like that over here while we talk. So I think this, I've got one of those little sticky things. I don't need the SIM eject tool. I don't have anything with the SIM slot. I think this company that sent this one over, this Qi 2 charging stand with the Apple Watch charger and the AirPods charger, I believe they're sending me another one that is Qi 2.2. I thought they said they were. I thought I had an email. I'll have to check my email and see. I could really use another one because I really like this one for my desk because it's really versatile, and you can leave it unfolded like that and have it as a stand, or you can you can fold it like that and have it as a shorter stand if you don't need to charge your AirPods or your Apple Watch, or you can actually put your Apple Watch back here still, or you can just fold it up like that and just use it as only a kind of like a phone charger only. So really cool, a bunch of different things you can do with it, stuff like that. I think you can flip it all. No, it doesn't go all the way the other way, but yeah. I mean, you can angle this thing every which way, and it folds up really small. Put it in your pocket or something like that, or slip it in a bag. Really nice. I've had that since the iPhone 16 Pro came out. That's when they sent it to me. It was back when that was announced. I have all this stuff over here. I always have these like accessory kits for screen protectors and stuff that I don't use them usually because I usually put my screen protectors on when my phone is new, so I never really have to clean the screen that much. So it's one of those things, like I have a ton of those, like and just like the odds and ends from my Nintendo Switch, the USB-C cable, the HDMI cable, just because I already had one, and it fell out of the bag. And now I dropped the bag. We're just gonna throw the bag away. And I've got the charging brick because again, I just have it plugged into my hub. But I don't want to get rid of that because if I sell it, I'm sure the next person's going to want it. Even though I don't have plans on selling my Switch right now because I love my Switch. But you never know, I might get tired of it. So we're just cleaning all that up. I've got some Fold 7 cases. Probably just gonna get rid of these. Nobody really bought the S25 Edge, so I don't think I'll have much luck selling it. Selling a case at least. What I mean, I already sold the S25 Edge, so. But iPhone Air, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are complaining about a lot of different things, but I don't really have any complaints. Today's my day off, obviously, and I'm at 47%. It's 3:17 right now. I unplugged it or took it off my MagSafe charger at about 9 this morning. anytime there's a headline with a question mark at the end, the answer is always a no. Yes, that is correct. I do not regret buying the iPhone Air. Um, but I don't want to be the person that, I don't want to post headlines and stuff like that claiming things about the iPhone Air that aren't true. Like some people are, you know, sure they scratch, sure the iPhone 17 scratches, but are all those like actually permanent scratches? I don't think so. A lot of those, as we've seen in videos, have wiped away and that kind of thing. So I think people are overreacting somewhat to some of those claims. I don't think that I don't think the iPhone Air is as fragile as people want to make it out to be. Just readjusting my MagSafe stand there. I'm gonna put my AirPods there. Yeah, so I don't think it's charging. Yep, they're there. I don't think it's as fragile as people make it out to be. What is this plugged into? Oh, there. Okay, I've got so many cables. So many things that wirelessly charge, but so many cables. And like how's the battery life been? I haven't really had any issues with the battery life. It's I will admit it's not as long as my 16 Pro Max. Obviously, it's a smaller battery. We already knew that. That's factual. Um, but I'm not going to say that the battery life is bad. I still think it gets plenty of it gets plenty of battery life. Um, and I really don't have any problems getting through the day with it. So I don't think it's a big issue. Not a big issue for me. Gets me through the day just fine. Like I said, it's my day off, and it's 3:20 and I'm at 47%. I might have to put it on the charger and top it off here to get through the end of the day, just because I'm using it more. But other than that, I mean, a work day, it gets me through just fine. And I've got a MagSafe charger on my desk at work. Um, yeah, so I'm already using my phone. Like today, I'm already using my phone. This is my first weekday off since the 17 came out, and you can see I'm using my phone more by this time than I have, um, previously. So average about 25%, and right now we're at 64% usage. So not bad. 6 cycles on it. So about a cycle a day. So as you can see, I'm charging about once per day. And I mean, I love how the phone feels in the hand. I mean, it's just a great, it's a great phone. And somebody's like, oh, we're going to add a case and it's going to add bulk. I mean, this case doesn't add, you know, it adds a little bit to the plateau back there, but right there, nothing. Does the speaker bother me? No. I mean, I don't play anything off my phone. Like, I mean, even if I start playing like a YouTube video or something like that, um, like, I mean, just watching a video like that, it's not, it's not as, I guess, it doesn't sound as good as the stereo speakers, but at the same time, if I'm watching anything worth watching, in that sense, then I use my AirPods. I mean, I've got AirPods right here. I've got my AirPods Pro 3 in my room. Um, if I'm going to be using my phone for any kind of media consumption, I'm using my AirPods. And I already knew that when I bought the phone. So the single speaker wasn't something that I even, you know, I didn't care about that whatsoever. Um, and I usually don't watch like videos or YouTube or shows or anything like that on my phone. Um, Majority of that it's going to be on my iPad or and again I'm using my AirPods, so I don't I don't care about the speaker really. And phone calls, I mean, phone calls are, phone calls don't have the highest quality audio anyway, so you don't really notice any kind of difference really using like speakerphone per se on that. One, I don't talk on the phone much. A lot of the times I talk on the phone is like when I'm connected to CarPlay in my car. So it's just like through speakerphone like that anyway. And again, if I'm at home, most times if I'm on a longer phone call, other than somebody calls me to ask me a quick question or something like that, I'm using AirPods just because it's hands free. So yeah, I mean it can be a trade off depending on how you use your phone and what you use it for. But just in my use case, I didn't use the speakers on my 16 Pro Max anyway. I was already using my AirPods, so I don't consider it a trade off for me because I didn't have to make a change just because it only has one speaker. I didn't change anything just because of that. You know what I mean? It's not like I got the iPhone. It's not like I got the iPhone Air and I'm like, oh, it's only got one speaker. I need to start using my AirPods now. I already did that, to begin with. So it's not an issue for me. And the single speaker doesn't sound that bad. It's just it's not as loud, not as like throaty, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm not an audio person, so I don't really know how to describe it. I've got some accessories here for my um, Apple Watch Series 10 that I got rid of, or I actually traded it in because um, I got the Apple Watch Ultra 3. Thank you, thank you. I do try to be cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people, and this is the problem with like tech reviewers, right? A lot of people make these videos, and they're just hopping on the hype train, right? Somebody posts about something on the iPhone, this, that, or the other thing, good, bad, or indifferent. Like for example, like the scratching, and then everybody wants to talk about how the iPhone scratches and this and all. Like I mean, up to here. I'm gonna take the case off this one. To be honest with you, I scratched my Z Fold 7. I made a video on how easy I scratched that with the little I have an ESR MagSafe wallet that's got a little metal, like, not clasp, but it's got a kickstand on it basically, and it's what the kickstand like slides on, and it's a metal little almost like rivet kind of deal on the end of it, and I'm pretty sure that's what scratched my Z Fold 7, and that happened within like 2 days of having it. I got my Z Fold 7 on a Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure by like Friday I had that scratch on there. So I mean, a lot of that iPhone scratching stuff I don't care about. It doesn't bother me. But I use my iPhone for the first day with no case on it, and as you can see, there's nothing there. A lot of that stuff that people are talking about, like in the Apple Store and stuff like that, they have the tethers. They're on the bottom of the phone so you can't steal it. That cable rubs on the back of the glass, and the magnetic mount that they have in the for the display, all that kind of stuff. That is actually a softer material than the glass on the phone, so it's actually the phone scratching the cable and the phone scratching the cable in the mount and everything like that, and it's actually rubbing off on the back of the phone. A lot of those, if you wipe it off, it's going to come off, and you can see that in a lot of the videos. Jerry Rig Everything just uploaded a video today, I think it was, talking about that. He scratched it with coins, keys, all that kind of stuff, and they left marks on the phone, but it was actually the key scratching, or the phone scratching the key and rubbing the key off onto the back of the phone, and it just wipes away. And you know what the best part of the iPhone Air is? You can just replace the back glass if it gets scratched up. The 17 Pro and Pro Max are a little bit harder because you only have that little window of glass. Everything else is aluminum. You can't really just replace, you have to replace the whole body of the phone. But that glass section comes out and you can replace that rather easily, actually. So Apple will be selling those parts. I don't think they're on the website yet, but Apple will be selling, replacement parts like they have been for the last few years. And I know they already have the repair manuals out. So if anybody's curious on what parts you'll be able to get and how hard it will be to replace them, one, there's teardowns already out there, and two, you can just go look at the Apple repair manual and see how easy it is to replace these things. So again, a lot of people are making these videos and stuff like that because they just want to hop on the hype train and get views. And I mean, yeah, as a YouTuber, I want to get views, but I'm not going to make videos about things that are not necessarily true, or take things like face value, stuff like that, just to get views. I just want to be honest and be talk about how it is. Now, like, if I hated the iPhone Air, if I bought this phone, and just keep this in mind, I buy all my devices. I don't get sent any devices. I paid $1,000 for this, right? If I just paid $1,000 for this phone and I didn't like it, would I have just gotten rid of my Z Fold 7? Would I have switched my main? I still have my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I use it for work. And I actually, so what happens is I have a phone number for work, and I have a bunch of different apps that I use for work. And instead of having them, all on my main phone, I just like to keep it separated because I'm off today, so I can, use my phone, not have to have it on Do Not Disturb or anything like that. I don't have to worry about notifications from my work apps. So I was using an iPhone 16e that I got, just the cheapest new iPhone you could get at the time. I mean, still is. But I got the iPhone 16e when I started in April for just that purpose of, work apps and stuff like that. And I didn't, a lot of people were hating on the iPhone 16e for the, it's the lack of this, it's the lack of that, it's single camera. But I was just using it for simple, apps at work. I didn't need a great camera. I didn't need, MagSafe. I didn't need all that kind of stuff. I just needed a basic, phone I could run a couple apps on. And, I have the cheapest US mobile plan for $25 a month, and that's all I need. I mean, I don't make phone calls on it. It's like texting and using those apps. And I do use the camera because I do videos for work of that I send within those apps, but they're sent over basically like email and SMS, so they're not large files anyway, so the video quality doesn't really matter. But it still takes great quality videos and pictures and everything like that for what I need to do. And so I'm selling the iPhone 16e, not anything to do with the iPhone 16e, but just because I passed my iPhone 16 Pro Max down and I'm using that for work now, and the iPhone 16 Air is my main phone. So I may eventually pick up an iPhone 17 Pro Max, either 17 Pro or 17 Pro Max. Maybe I won't get the Max. I don't know yet. I don't know, but I might get one. Just to try it out and just to see how it feels in the hand, stuff like that. But right now the iPhone Air is doing great for me. Would you rather an Apple Watch Series 10 or Apple Watch SE 3? Well, I had the Apple Watch Series 10. That was the watch I had before I had the Ultra right here. I have never used an Apple Watch SE, and I haven't really actually looked at the SE 3 at all. I'm gonna pull it up real quick just so I can not look like a total idiot. Because I don't pay attention to the Apple Watch SE line much because I use a lot of the features of the other watches. And I had an Apple Watch Ultra when it came out, and then I had the Apple Watch Ultra 2 the first year of it, and the second year when they re-released it in black, I just skipped it, and then I traded I sold my Ultra 2 because I wanted something a little bit smaller, and then I got the Series 10, and then I traded the Series 10 on the Ultra 3 because I like the satellite connectivity. I like the I just like the look. I actually have a different. I have this band in black. I just got them in today, so I haven't switched it out yet because I gotta size the links. But I like how the black looks and stuff like that. So I picked one of those up. I mean, the SE3 is a great watch for $249. I mean, it does pretty decent amount of stuff now. I know before you didn't get a lot of the health sensors and stuff like that on the original SE, but now that you're getting that kind of stuff on the SE3, it's definitely more appealing. But I think if I were going to get a watch, it would still be it would either be like a regular Series 10, Series 11, or it would be a Ultra. And just reason being is the screen. Um, I still don't like the bezels on the. I still don't like the bezels on the SE. I'm just looking at the different colors here of the Series 11. I mean, they look pretty nice, but yeah, I would definitely go with the Series 10, Series 11, or Ultra 3. Those would be my go-tos. Yeah, I mean the Ultra is the best of the lineup. And I didn't get the Ultra just because it was the best of the lineup, but I like the larger. I like the larger screen. I feel like running apps and stuff like that, on the watch, the biggest screen you can get, the better. Um, and so I just like that in my opinion. Um, and it's a little bit more rugged. I don't have to worry about banging it up. I've never put a screen protector on an Ultra before because it's got the sapphire display. So really, the only thing that can really scratch this display is diamond, and unfortunately, I've run out of diamonds, so I don't really have anything around that'll scratch it up. Um, so I don't really have to worry about anything. But yeah, I mean, I really like this watch. Another reason I love the Ultra is the battery life. Um, the Series 10 wasn't bad. It was it was just like I like to use my watch for sleep tracking. I really like the WatchOS 26 sleep score that they implemented. It says no data right now because I didn't wear it to sleep last night because I was off today. But I like to wear my watch to sleep, and yeah, I wear this whole giant Series 3 with the metal band to sleep. I don't care. But the battery life, I really like the battery life on it because it's um, I can use it for sleep tracking, and it drops like 2 or 3% at night. Whereas my Series 10 would drop like 12. Product Red, yeah, they haven't had Product Red really anything in a while. They kind of they kind of stopped. I mean, they had the Product Red watch. I had a Product Red Apple Watch. It was like the Series 8, 7 or 8, 6, 7 or 8. I don't remember which. I think they had a couple different shades of Product Red and across those lines. But yeah, I had the first Product Red watch that came out. I bought. Absolutely love that thing. I actually still have the Product Red band from it because you can't get Product Red bands anymore either. Um, I still have that band that I'll put on my watch time to time. But yeah, no more Product Red iPhones, no more Product Red watches, no more Product Red cases. Um, what phone did I have before the iPhone Air? I had the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and then I had the Z Fold 7. I still have my 16 Pro Max. I use it for work, and I just sold the Z Fold 7. It just got picked up today. So this is the iPhone Air. I have the black one. Really like it. I don't know where I got this. I mean, I know where I got the wallpaper from. I don't know where this wallpaper came from. Somebody just posted it on X, and I just downloaded it from X. So I don't really have a link to anybody to share with because it just you know I just downloaded it from X and scrolled past. Is there any phone I don't use, like that I have that I don't use, or that I haven't like used before? Um, do I own one I don't use? No, I only own the 16 Pro Max and the iPhone Air right now. Um, anything that I don't use for a long period of time, I usually just end up selling. I don't really keep anything, or like I don't like stash them around that I don't use them. The only thing I have that I actually don't use is just I have an old I have an old SE3. And the only reason I had that is because I was doing it with the I was messing with the beta on there just to see how it ran on older devices. Can you play games on the Air? Yeah. Final verdict: should you get the Air? I mean, it depends on how much you do with the speaker. Like, I mean, just get a pair of AirPods. I mean, that's my simple solution to that. I mean, AirPods are super nice. I mean, the Pro 3s are really good, high quality sound, really good noise cancellation, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of features to those um, that make them appealing, other than just you know having better sound on your Air. But I mean, I like the Air. It's definitely my my favorite iPhone. Just to put into perspective, how much did what cost? The Air or the SE2? Did I miss the ultra wide camera? No, I don't really. I'm not. I don't really do photography on my phone. I mean, here, hold on. I'll show you the. I'll show you the camera. I'm just taking the case back. It still does really decent like pictures. I mean, you can still do the 26 millimeter, 35 millimeter. It's still. I mean, it's not ultra wide, but it does what I need it to do. Um, it's still got the 1-2 times zoom, so I don't I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, there's anything will be found, later on, but I mean, um, I don't think there's going to be a ton of issues hardware wise, that would, hold you off from buying it now. Everything else can be fixed with software. I mean, I'm not going to say every iPhone's been perfect, but I really can't remember an iPhone that had major issues that I would say, yeah, should have waited to buy that. Apple, I don't think is really, you know, they're not going to redesign something or change something midway through the cycle. It's like the iPhone like 4 with the it's like the iPhone 4 with the antenna gate issue. They gave people bumper cases. They didn't change the antenna on the phone mid cycle. I'm from the U.S. East Coast. But yeah, I don't miss the ultra wide camera. I don't really have any issues with that. It still does what I need it to. I don't really do a lot of photography on my phone or in general. Obviously, if you're somebody that is using their phone for photography, then you're gonna want to get the Pro. That's kind of what the Pro line is for. Um, so people saying they're, oh, Apple made a phone with only one camera, blah blah blah. Like, oh, that's stupid. Why would you only want one camera? I mean, there's some people that don't use their phone as a camera. Thank you, thank you. Yep. Take care. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button. I do these. I usually do it live stream on my days off. And then I'll post some videos here and there too. I'm gonna make some videos on the D brand screen protector, the Prism, and the Ultra Supply Company bands that I just got. That they sent over. They sent me 4 different bands that I'm gonna be taking a look at on the channel. So I was just getting some stuff cleaned up, and then I'll take a look at those here shortly. Thank you for the subscribe and like, and then going to bed. Yep, thank you for watching. I don't know why my oh no, I know why it's not working. I'm on OBS, not Studio. Um, yeah, I actually tried to make thumbnails. I mean, I didn't. I make thumbnails, and every time I made thumbnails, they didn't really. Um, the videos did worse than the ones using just like the thumbnails from the actual video. So I try to just use thumbnails from something in the video as opposed to like generating something else. I kind of like just to show what's in the video rather than put something together. But I used to use Canva to make a bunch of different thumbnails, and I found that the thumbnails with that are just from the videos do better than without. Oop, my chat just closed, so I gotta re. Apple itself? What do you mean? Got to reset the chat window because it closed. Oh, for the phone? Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I don't need to download the Apple. Downloading Apple's pictures and using them as a thumbnail is not really. I'm not going to do that. You can't. I mean, you can't just download somebody else's pictures and use them as your own thumbnail. That's copyright. That's why I just use what's in my video. Sometimes I'll add like text to it or stuff like that, but most of the times I just use what's in the something from the video. That's kind of the point of the thumbnail, is to show you know something from the video, not use a thumbnail that's totally like fake and something totally different. I have two chat windows open actually. I do. But it's been about almost 40 minutes, so I'm gonna go make some videos on my the screen protectors and the watch bands. Yeah, just because they're free doesn't mean you can steal somebody's picture to make it your thumbnail. Just because a video online is free doesn't mean I can just re-upload it. Thumbnails are copyright too. I can't just go to somebody else's video and just jack their thumbnail and make it mine. Yep. Have a good night. All right, guys. I'm gonna end it here. I will make some more videos, some regular long form videos on the iPhone Air, of course, for people that don't want to sit through a live stream. And I will also be making some more videos on some more accessories. I still haven't opened the speaking case I got. So I will some make some videos on those as well. I need to open the speaking case, check that out. It's just a simple clear case though. So like I said, I've been using the thin-born one. That's kind of my main one right now. I really like the Apple frosted one, the gray frost one as well. I haven't really used the bumper. I used the bumper like day one and haven't really used it too much after that. I got the OtterBox Defender XT, which is a decent case, but it was peeling up my screen protector. So after I put on my Prism screen protector, I'm going to try that case again and hope it doesn't jack it all up. But thank you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Check out the description. There are some discounts for some different accessories and for the iPhones, as well as just general like slick wraps, watch bands, all that kind of stuff. There's some discount codes in the description if anybody's interested in picking up any accessories for their devices. Like I said, I'm Colin with Techout. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and as